name is Carol Hagan, and I'm a volunteer docent here at the Porter House Museum. I was a volunteer here as a college student in the early 1980s, and so to be able to come back as a volunteer docent over the last several years has just been a real privilege to just be in the space and share it with the public. People like to share their own experiences and stories too about other homes that they've visited or objects in the museum that might spark some interest for them, whether it's rocks or butterflies or a certain antique, something that they remember from their own childhood or their grandparents' home. So we're here in the music parlor today, which is the most visited and visible room in the Porter House, and it's my favorite room too. Along with the entry, people of course come in there. This room, there are lectures, there are music recitals and special events held here, which is very much in keeping with how the Porters also used this space during the 70+ years that they lived here together. They were married in this room, they hosted parties, club meetings, music events here themselves, so it's wonderful to be able to continue to use the space in the way that they did. One of my favorite objects in the room is this doll, Esmerelda. In fact, I don't even think of her as an object as much as an occupant of this space and the house. Esmerelda is a porcelain doll. She is well over 150 years old, so was created even before Bert or Grace Porter were born. In fact, she's much more in the style of the original house, which was built in 1867 by Dighton Ellsworth. Ellsworth lived here with his first wife, and after her death, his second wife, who had several children who also lived here. And while Esmerelda didn't belong to the Ellsworths or to the Porters, she fits in very nicely here and graces the room very nicely. She was donated to the Porter House when it became a museum by a woman who was acquainted with Grace and who felt that the music parlor and the Porter House would be a wonderful permanent home for Esmerelda. Also pictured here is this wicker Victorian pram or doll carriage, which did belong to Grace Porter. It was actually sold away in the 1960s and purchased by Norma Wangsness at the time. And in 2017, Norma decided to donate the carriage back to the Porter House, thinking that it really belonged here, and it, along with Esmerelda, make a very nice display here in the Victorian music parlor of the Porter House. So even though Esmerelda didn't belong to the Ellsworths or the Porters, I do like to imagine that maybe she visited here with a young companion for a play date back in the day.